From gardening to animals to extreme renovations, welcome to Homesteading at College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Today we're talking about the air filter and the screen, the radiator screen on Emax 22 Mahindra tractor. Well, today we're going to talk about the air filter and the screen on the radiator. Now it's mowing season. I should have been able to mow. This should be my third cut in the hay, but it's not. It's actually where I got sick, it's only my only cutting of hay. Well, really it's not hay, it's mainly weeds. The weeds have overtaken my hay field, like they will if you don't keep them cut down during the course of the season. So it's time for me to bush hog all that down. Well, I'm going to do that today. I started it yesterday and did about 1.5 acres, 2 acres. And I'm going to do it again this morning. But when you do that, you stir up a lot of dust, the little seed heads that just are friable and fly out, all that kind of stuff. You stir it up and it gets caught in the air system of your Mahindra tractor or whatever tractor you're driving. So I'm going to show you today what you need to do. Now, if the radiator system, if the screen in front of the radiator gets clogged, it causes your tractor to overheat and it'll turn on a little light, and this tractor automatically cuts back if it does that and you don't have any power. You get off, clean the screen, you cut it off, clean the screen, and then you can go on and mow. But if the air filter gets plugged, the tractor will lose power too, but it'll be a little bit different. As a matter of fact, it can get so plugged it'll shut it off. So I want to go ahead, I did this yesterday. Didn't do this. I mowed yesterday and decided that today I need to clean these filters before I mow again today. So I'm going to show you what we need to do. Now what I'm going to do is I've got the bucket raised. Now just so you know, some of y'all say, well, you shouldn't get under that bucket. Well, you shouldn't. In reality, you shouldn't. But this is a hydraulic bucket. Everything on it's hydraulic. If it's going to come down, it's not going to fall down. It's just going to go. If a hose failed, if 2 hoses failed, the fluid is only going to come out of these cylinders as fast as the restriction in the hose. Well, you can't even raise the bucket fast or let it fall fast, either one, because of the restrictions in the hoses. So it's just a matter of letting it come down slowly. So if it starts to move, I won't have my hands or fingers anywhere around any of these pinch points. That way I don't have to worry about the tractor, the bucket falling and hurting me. So let's go ahead and get that done. I'm going to put on the GoPro camera so that there's some footage that you're seeing right what I'm doing. And then I'm going to use this camera to focus down on as a fixed view. And that way you'll get to see what I'm doing there and what I'm doing with the GoPro. So let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, now the first thing we have to do is open the hood. Of course the hood comes out, but now I can't open the hood until I pull the brush bar back. So I don't keep the brush bar super tight so I can pull it back and forward as needed. Okay, let's get this up. Now, for your view's sake, I'm going to go ahead and take that side off just so it's easier for you to see. I don't have to take it off to do this, but it'll just make it easier. Now, right here, I'm hoping y'all can see that. Right here is the air intake. Now why they put it on the front of this screen doesn't make any sense to me. Seems like they would put the air intake somewhere else, but they put it right in front of that screen. So you have to pull that back and pull it back out of the way. Now I can remove the screen, and you'll notice there's quite a bit there, and that's just from yesterday. Okay, it can be a lot more than that. I mean a lot more. Now there's some in the radiator. I'm going to kind of blow that out a little bit. Let me get my air compressor. Put this screw back in here so I don't lose it. Okay, that get on there. I don't want to mess my radiator up. Now I've only got this on about 30 or 40 psi because the truth is you can bend those radiator fins if it's more, and I just really don't want to bend them up. Okay, that's enough of that. Set this right here. No, won't clip. Let's set it on the over here. Okay, I'll put that back in. Now, did you have to use an air compressor to do this? Nope, you didn't. But it sure makes life simpler. Put this back on. Now, what you'll notice is right here is the air intake. Now, they put that in front of the screen, which doesn't make sense to me. Seems like it should be behind the screen. But, you know, it's just a design issue as far as I'm concerned that they need to work the bugs out of. But, you know, it means that all these little loose particles that are in the air can be sucked right into the air filtration system. Well, that's not as big a deal as one might think. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Let me move this camera so you can see from there better. Here we go, taking the air filter out. There's two clips, one here and one on the other side. And sometimes it's hard to get these old big fat fingers in there. Put that off, and then this head just comes right off. Okay. Now here is the air filter, and there are not too many. There's not too much going on with it. There's a few things, but this air filter is still perfectly serviceable. I look down in the tube. I don't know if you can see down in there, but I look down in the tube and all the paper's still white. There's quite a bit of black here on the outside. I'm going to take just the blow nozzle and blow that out. Okay, that's got it blowed out, and it goes in like this. The hole goes to the upper end because that's where the air comes out here, in order for the engine to breathe. So I've blowed it out with the air nozzle. Looks like I'll probably need to replace this one probably this year. I only replace these every couple of years, so put that back in there, and it fits right up over there's a little lip. Now there are little tabs here that you kind of need to pay attention to, that these clip over. Here's a close-up view of the clips. See, it just goes over and it clips into the thing, and then you pull it down and it pulls tight. So I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this, take any dirt and debris that's in it out. Now 90% of what is there, and you'll notice there's another little intake right here. Okay, I try and leave that pretty well closed up so that it comes through the breather. So, all right. So you pull those back like that, and then it just mounts back on with this pointing down toward the engine compartment. So let's get it on it. There we go, it's up. Get in there. One's latched. The other's latched, and that's it. So check, make sure it's good and tight so it doesn't move, and that's it. I've done the air, the radiator air, and I've done clean the air filter. Okay, let's get the side back on. The side just has two posts, one here and one here, that fit into the back body of the firewall of the tractor. And then there's a clip right here and right here that just clips on two little metal pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up and put the sidewall back on. There we go. And now put these clips on. And the sides on. Now, then the hood is held up by a little clip back here. I just have to move it forward. And then fasten it down. Pull the brush bar back, and we're ready to go mow. My field is full of these little orb weaver spiders. This is a yellow orb weaver. We used to call them banana spiders when I was a kid. There's thousands of them out here. I try to leave them enough room at the edges so that I don't kill them all. They're just too important to the environment. Mowing's done for the day. I mowed about, I don't know, an acre and a half in about an hour. So that's all I'm going to mow today. I'll mow another hour tomorrow, another hour the next day. But I do want to say a word or two about conservation. Now, on our properties, we're responsible for what we do. We need to be responsible to the wildlife around. You know, I showed you an orb spider while I was mowing. I have orb spiders all over the property. That was a yellow orb spider. We call them banana spiders when I was a kid. It's important for them to reach their life cycle. Now, they were in my hayfield, so that's not probably going to work out too good for them because I'm going to mow that down. It's not hay this year, it was weeds, so I just mow it down and let it be. But you need to leave some wild spaces on your property. Make your fence rows to adjoining neighbors 20 foot wide, even if your neighbor doesn't view it that way, because wildlife's important, whether it's spiders, skunks, rabbits, possums. It doesn't matter. Wildlife's important to the health of your homestead. Be certain to leave a little green on the ground. Now, if you like this homesteading stuff, this do-it-yourself lifestyle, be certain to come on out to our channel and subscribe. If you hit the little bell, it will tell you when we upload a video. We upload videos every week, every Sunday. Sometimes 1, sometimes 5. Depends on what's going on the homestead that week. And one of the things that you can do for us at College Hill Farm, if you like our videos, please share them with other folks that you know might like them too. That helps us. This is just chronicling our lifestyle. So with that being said, it's time for me to get on to the next thing.